Okay, today, oh my God, dude. Today sucked. Woke up bright and early, and I didn't even get to chill, man. There was like negative chilling done today. So, have you been skipping leg day? I don't even want to look at you. I don't even want to look at you. I know you've been skipping. I hear it. I hear it in my fucking. I see it in real life. Talking to some dogs, talking to some whoever. You know, every time somebody talks about their split, or a split comes up, whatever. Once someone says legs, once someone says the lift that shall not be named, people get a somber look on their face. Well, I've been skipping legs a little bit. Come on, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. Hold yourself to a higher standard. Once the workout's done, once all the good, badass sets are complete, then not only do I get to say, okay, now I'm done. Whew, take a big breath, whatever. But I also get to get a bit excited and say, holy shit, let's walk over to the mirror. Let's see what I did. It's just fucking sweet. So, I keep losing my chapstick. And my lips are fucking chapped, man. I'm very prone to the dryness of the air in the winter. It's getting me bad. It is getting me bad. Because I don't know what I do with them either. It's like fucking magic. I swear I have like 10 in a rotation, sort of spread all around the house and the car and the gym bag in my pockets. I don't know. I don't even know. Maybe I've got holes in my pockets that I'm just not aware of and they slip out. Unfortunate. But all right. That's it. That's it, man. Let's put our big boy pants back on, get in the car, and prepare to have some knowledge bestowed upon me by a living legend. Okay. I'm still kind of fucking out of breath a little bit. Some hard leg sets, or some quad sets at least. That will freaking do it to you. So I gotta be real. I gotta admit, in all honesty, on that last set of machine hacks, I could have got at least one more rep, guaranteed. Honestly, probably closer to two. Frankly, when I got up to the top position on the second to last rep, I think I took my foot off the gas a little bit. Now, did that lack of that one more rep destroy the leg workout? Because you gotta imagine, the whole force of the weight that I'm lifting, like on these pads, it's all getting condensed into just this one little fucking steel cable, like you'd see in a push down or a fucking lat pull down or something. And right in the middle of it, where it's kind of rubbing up against some pulleys, it's looking like this, fucking exposed metal. Oof. So if, let's say I go down for a rep and I get a lot of weight, and at the bottom I just happen to, exert the perfect amount of force and that fucker snaps and I get launched back up to the top, I'm not going to say guaranteed injury, but more than likely would just, at the very least, in the best case scenario, it would just scare the shit out of me. I mean, I pretty much always start quads off with leg extensions. I mean, for one, I just love leg extensions, but then they kind of act as a pre-exhaust or a pre-exhausting movement. So when I go over and do that, machine hack squat, I won't need so much weight because my legs are already going to be thrashed after these next few sets. So single leg, moderate rep speed, just burn out. I'm not thinking about anything too technical here, apart from squeezing and just try to go nuts. Was that whole leg workout pointless? No, of course not. But that's definitely not something you want to get into a habit of doing. right? Because the more often that you do your sets and you kind of ease up, you ease up right at the end, that's going to become your new normal. And then before you know it, you're just going to be doing fucking 10 reps, not even close to failure, racking it, and saying you're done. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Not ideal. Today's leg day was, I mean, pretty standard for me, but one thing that I have been changing up is pressing no longer comes first on my leg days, or my quad workouts at least. It just, man, you know, I wouldn't think it, because in my mind, my logic was, okay, I'm starting quads, I'm super fresh because I haven't done any working sets yet. That was freaking nice. I think next quad day, barbell squats are gonna get thrown in again, which I don't know if you know how I feel about barbell squats, but guess what? I freaking like them. Listening to that kind of music, not only do you get the hype from just a badass song, but if you're fucking imagining Goku fighting Broly, you're probably gonna go hard on leg extensions, you know. Oh my goodness. How are we looking? What do you guys think? Had a solid amount of quad. I mean, I don't know. The leg extensions don't really take away a lot of my strength. Like, my pressing strength is honestly relatively comparable, even after 3 really hard sets of leg extensions. So they almost act as a primer. And then if you've never squatted with a quad pump, not only are you missing out, but if you decide to do that, then you are in for a sweet fucking treat. Honestly, it's a totally different feeling. You know, it's almost like, I don't know, it's kind of funky. It's almost like the quad pump is assisting you on the reps because your quads don't want to bend. Because you got to think, when you take pictures of yourself as a beginner in the mirror, you're pretty much locked into only a couple of poses. You know, I think we all scroll back into our camera roll or, you know, our Snapchat memories or whatever, and you see a lot of the same poses, right? Maybe you're holding the phone in one hand doing a double bi, or you're holding the phone backwards doing a back double bi, or like half of a back lat spread or shit like that. You know, I wish I had a fucking tripod early on just so I could have a lot more poses of me, like hitting lat spreads and, you know, other shit, purely just to look at the progress over time. Because when I go back to my earlier like pose downs, when all I was doing is, you know, tracking progress, I wish I had some more shots. The efficiency of fins on a cooling element and heat transfer and one-dimensional walls, a bunch of mumbo jumbo. So luckily, done. Now we can get to the fun part, the lift. A cool 551, and I got to do a little bit of a U-turn. I'm going the wrong way. Keep lifting hard. Sulek. If you need somebody to tell you to go hard, then at least make sure you do it. Set of squats to the point where you feel like you're gonna, well, I'd say there's kind of 3 states of a difficult set. Feel like you're gonna pass out, feel like you're gonna throw up, or feel like you're gonna start crying. They knew what they were doing back then. I think we gotta step it up in the modern age, but there was no texting in between sets over there, back then at least. So definitely some shit to emulate when it comes with old school training. Imagine Breaking Bad, but, you know, with cocaine, and in the 80s. Maybe not the exact same, but similar vibe. That's pretty cool. Plus 6 seasons. So that's going to tide me over for a long while. I'm not going to say you should spend all your days watching fucking TV shows. Probably not the most efficient use of your time. But I feel like a lot of the times in my day, I'm doing a lot of shit that's very mindless. You know? Like if you're just doing your chores or cleaning up whatever, or doing like some busy work, or just whatever, I want to put a fucking show on. Now, is that just because I'm a dopamine dependent cell phone TikTok addict? That could be. That could be. By then, I should have walked in, put my shit down, got warmed up a little bit, and should be ready for whatever the first working set for quads is going to be. So, let's just get started. If you were to have made a bet or a prediction on what the first movement would be, you know, the last thing you want to do is have a gym where they're not too up to date when it comes to making sure shit's fixed and works. And then, following that same logic, it's definitely nice when a gym invests in equipment that is, let's just say, runs efficiently, right? Doesn't have to be fancy and new, but there's machines where you can just fucking be rude to them, throw some weight around, really kind of rough it up, tumble them, and they're good. I feel like there's a lot of newer cables, and like whenever I see really new shit, unless it's super fancy or something, like Lifetime, like really expensive, good set, and then move on to leg extensions. But I've been liking leg extensions first. Maybe not like 6 or however many sets that was, but at least 2 or 3 before getting into something like that hack squat or like barbell squats, because I don't have to think about, like when I squat, I always imagine like I'm loading up a spring, and then when I get to the bottom, I release it, launch back up. I don't have to think about any of that. All I got to think about is fucking locking myself in and going nuts, which I do not mind in the slightest. I keep forgetting to take my vitamins in the morning. I've been taking them at night. Every time I say that, people rip on me, and they're like, you gotta take your vitamins in the morning. Whatever, man. What freaking ever. Take them in the fucking morning, take them at night. Do whatever you want to do. I say you're gonna get your B12 and your fish oil and your calcium and everything else in your system anyway. If you're not taking your vitamins and your little fish oil tablets, again, I think you're missing out a little bit, but it is good for you. I guarantee you're not getting enough sunlight to have a substantial amount of vitamin D in your system. If you're missing a little something, I think the vitamins are gonna be A-okay. So that's my stance on that.